How are you?
Yeah, I'm super stoked. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, no problem. Um,
Do you want to do your arena, my arena?
I'll host up. Just give me 1 second.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so I'm already recording, and the way I generally do this is it's not so much about like I'm going to be giving you a bunch of notes as we play, right?
Right.
But it's not so much about you adapting as we play. It's more I want to see. Excuse me. I'm just trying to get my notes down for you to listen to them. And then the idea is that you'll watch the recording later and sort of take the time to go through every interaction and sort of internalize what I'm blowing up, what you could be doing better, what I think you're doing right. Because generally, it's just very hard to adapt and take criticism while you play.
Yeah, no worries. That works.
Yeah, so don't sweat like the little things here and there.
Yeah, yeah. Cool.
But I'm gonna keep calling things out. Um, okay, I got the arena up. I'm gonna
Yeah,
send you the
that
code.
works.
There you go.
Awesome.
So yeah,
Yeah, so I'm
there's.
like,
Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, for me, I'm like in my tourney, I think the best I've ever done is like third. It's a pretty good tourney, I think. Um, and I'm really looking for strings is what I'm looking for. Like what strings do you do that I don't do? I have a lot of you know regular combos that I get. I feel like I'm decent at them. Um, but like I have a lot of like neutral issues. I use up B and neutral probably way too much. Do you have a stage you want to go to?
Just random's good.
I don't know. I don't. I don't know if I have random set to.
It's my. It goes to the host
It goes
rule
to the
set.
host. Okay,
Yeah.
cool, perfect,
Um. So yeah, we'll definitely pay attention to that. Try to learn what we can.
sweet.
So yeah, I'm recording both of our voices and game sound, so we'll
Sweet.
have access to that. All right. Let me just get a feel for your play here. Give me some notes. Okay, gotta be careful. Just either. Well, you might have been trying to hit me on purpose, in which case, that's
I
just a
was.
mix-up.
I wasn't. I should have been lower.
Oh yeah. Then in that case, it's all about spacing better.
That's another thing I don't do enough of is up air,
Like falling up there.
falling up air. Yeah. Oi.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Gotta make. Wah. That too, tomahawk grabbing is something that I rarely do as well.
Yeah, as an Ike main, it's super important, not just because Ikes love to jump, but also because people are so afraid of getting hit by us because of how strong Ike's punish game is.
Right.
So making people afraid and then going for those tomahawk grabs after is an extremely potent tool. So I love tech chasing in there like that. You don't want to rely on it too much because there is counterplay, but it can lead to some really big strings.
After what? Like, what do you? Oh no. Damn it.
After, so I'll hit a nair or a down tilt, or even like a down throw, and
Uh huh.
um, and then I'll tech chase after.
With neutral, or with the
Well,
nair.
with nair, yeah. Well, okay, so if I hit like a down tilt or a nair to force attack, then yeah, I can chase that. But you can also just catch landings with nair if they're going for the platform.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
then, there's a lot of situations where you're juggling, and normally when you're juggling, you go for up air, right? Because it's,
Right.
yeah. You can
Mm.
actually sub the up air for a nair and continue your string a little more strongly, especially at higher percents, or even find kills.
Okay.
Because up air is an amazing combo tool, but nair combo's longer.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
so it just can often be the better, excuse me, it can be the better answer for getting bigger strings. That being said, up air is an amazing landing tool, and I use it all the time. So, don't feel bad if that's your go-to.
Right.
Also, I use forward air a lot to send people to platforms if I can. It also outranges nair and is faster on, well, not faster on startup, but faster at hitting certain angles. So people don't expect it, and it especially outranges Ike nair. So if I'm spacing really precisely, I can send them to a platform and then start tech chase off of that.
Okay. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I'm looking for.
Cool. So if you want to catch Ike's counter consistently,
Uh-huh.
most people just go like this, right?
Right.
But if you short hop counter, you'll catch almost every spacing. So in that case, I was like this, right? So that's like the
Uh-huh.
perfect position. Because otherwise, if they space high like this, they can activate your counter and then go above it, right? And like completely dodge you.
And go through it, yeah.
Yeah. So the way to avoid that is if you short hop counter, it is still active when I hit the ground, right? Because it's active the whole time I'm falling.
Right.
So because of that, it'll catch both low spacing and high spacing.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That's killer. That's good advice.
Yeah. I try not to give too much, just like Ike matchup specific stuff, but it's hard not to.
Yeah, definitely.
Works for Crom too, so.
Right?
Nice. Got nair up there. Good stuff. It's not the easiest thing to do these days.
No, not really. Not like it used to be.
Yeah, that's gonna kill. Maybe didn't have to if I held in, but. Oh, quick draw for causing tech chases is really good too. Uncharged quick draw just sends it such a gross angle towards platforms sometimes.
Right.
But basically, like, it's not so much about trying so hard to force attack, it's about reacting when the situation occurs. Being prepared to take advantage of it. Thought you were gonna hold.
I wanted to get there and then short hop and then counter, but
Yeah.
those
Oh,
cases, like,
actually,
it's
hold
on
on.
side.
That's not true. Well, the trick to that is you can actually keep a bit of your momentum during the counter. So if you do this, if the sword is like here where it's floating on the ledge, if you like jump into it with counter and you time it right,
Like
you
that.
can still hit him. Yeah. Exactly. Yep.
What do you think? What do you think about? Another thing I don't do very often that I wish I did more often is I don't short hop in neutral that often.
I think it's
for the most
super
part-
important. You want to mix up between short hop, full hop, and like double jump timing mix-ups. You can't get predictable. You're just gonna get parried over and over, especially offline.
Right.
And then falling up air is another mix-up, as is landing back air or rising back air against Ike because we're tall enough. Most characters we can't do that for them. But yeah, nothing puts on more pressure than this. Like, this is pressure for sure. But while you're doing it, yeah, for sure. But you gotta make sure you're moving a lot. You can't just sit here in nair, or they're gonna dash attack you to catch your landing or something like that. Or run up parry, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. In the tournament that I play in, I get that a lot. Like when people give feedback or whatever, this often isn't unsolicited or whatever. I'm just like a lot of it is like you jump a lot in neutral, and I don't know.
That's the Ike main
Feels like an
curse.
Ike thing. Yeah.
It is an Ike main thing, because jumping a lot in neutral destroys like mid to mid low level players, right? So, you know, we do it a lot. We get feedback saying this is good, and then high-level players beat our asses, right? So,
Exactly.
you know, you got to temper it. Even good Ike mains jump a lot, but they think when they jump. They don't just jump.
Right.
And also, you know, they know how to mix up what they need to. You have a lot of options. Like, in terms of safe neutral poke, you have F tilt's usually pretty safe. Down tilt can be safe-ish spaced. And then you can catch landings and stuff with dash attack. And then grab, of course, is, you know, the ultimate mix-up for that kind of thing.
There's actually, yeah, a guy at my tournament told me to check out your video on playing Sonic.
Yeah.
His name is Shapernicus, is his name?
I feel like I've heard of him.
Yeah, you played him a couple times in tournament, I think. And he's like, oh yeah, so I played that guy and he was really good. He had a good strategy against my Sonic. You should check out his video. And so yeah, that's how I figured out that I should get in contact with you.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, it was super cool, super nice guy.
Yeah, word of mouth. Yeah, so did you watch that video?
I did.
Yeah.
I'm trying to implement that strategy against. I get so impatient. That's another thing I don't work on.
Yep.
Especially against Sonic, I get super impatient.
Yep, it happens, man. And you know what? It's not like, okay, everyone's like, it's so boring, but it's also super satisfying to out-camp a Sonic main. I don't know. Like, it's not flashy, but man, does it feel good to know that you're more patient than the guy who's dedicated his entire gaming career to being patient. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly.
So you got to find your gratification elsewhere. And, you know, the W is a good place to find it in those cases. Cause
absolutely. Yep.
And it's actually, it starts to feel pretty exciting sometimes. Like, games where I've timed out Sonic mains were some of the most fun I've had in Smash. And the reason for that is, first off, obviously there's a little bit of like, you know, what is it? Like, just the satisfaction again of knowing that you're better at what the only thing they do. You're better than them at the only thing they do. But also, it's just fun. It's like a chess game. It's like, it's slower paced, but there's so much strategy to it. Yeah, it's very thought heavy, which is very fun in its own way.
Right.
The Ike Ditto is kind of like that too in a lot of ways, but we just blow each other up so hard that it doesn't last very long.
Right.
But Ike is incredibly good at beating the crap out of Ike and countering Ike. Like, our offense, or our defense is really good against our offense, if that makes sense. So, generally the Ike who swings second is at a pretty big advantage most of the time. So patient play is going to help you in a lot of ways. But the biggest thing about the Ike Ditto is having a refined punish game against Ike specifically, because there's very specific counterplay that works incredibly well against our character.
Yeah, I can tell that you have it too.
Yeah, I've practiced it a lot.
The hitting Ike's recovery or being able to like gimp Ike with Ike feels like a super valuable
definitely
a super valuable lesson.
That was a really good falling bump there. Good spacing. So yeah, a lot of high-level Ike Dittos comes down to who's doing falling up air and who's jumping in with nair, and the person with falling up air wins. It's like a giant rock paper scissors game. Falling up air beats nair, nair beats dash attack beats falling up air.
Okay.
And that's like basically all of neutral for Ike. So in that case, I did it delayed, but sorry, what?
I saw that you did. I think you did one of Izal's classes or whatever.
I did, yeah.
I also did one of Izal's classes, and he killed my Ike literally just with up air. Like he got my neutral or my nair with up air so hard.
Yep. Did he teach you that dash attack is the best counter?
I don't know if you mentioned that. I'll have to go back and watch it.
Just dash attack or any kind of fast burst option to get in on someone who's up airing. Like, up air just doesn't cover that area very well. So that's the main weakness to someone walling you out that way. Yep, can't commit to those.
Nope, I gotta stop doing that. Yep.
It wouldn't have killed me even if it hit, right? So why commit to it when you're at 140?
And then, of course, I'm thinking about it, so then I do it.
Yeah, I understand. That one wasn't as bad, though. I was at 113, it might kill. Probably not, though.
Yeah.
Don't get hungry. Again, it's all about patience. The hungrier you get for the kill, now that I'm at kill percent, the more I can just start holding shield. Like, you're not going to kill me off a grab for like 60%, 70% more than this, right? Because then you could finally down throw. So that means I feel safe shielding, which means you got to make me not feel safe shielding. You need to either put on really good shield pressure while staying safe, or you need to grab me, throw me off stage, and edge guard me. Because like I'm gonna shield a lot, so start grabbing at that point.
At those high percentages, yeah.
Yeah, though it does become a giant like mind game, you know.
Right.
But
That's another combo that you just hit me with that I don't do very often is down tilt to back air.
yeah, it took a while to learn. It's pretty much automatic at this point, though. Like I was able to do it there while talking to you. Like it's just my hands just do it. I've blabbed it so much, and I really recommend it.
It took me forever. I honestly, at some point, I was like, for Nair to back air, at some point I was like, you just can't do it. It's not a real thing. I don't know how to do it. But after labbing it for long enough.
Learning Nair to back air made down tilt back air way easier, because it's a very similar motion.
Yeah, I can do it. It just, I don't have the muscle memory for it, right? Like.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's important.
Just
there's also down tilt up air, which is also true, but much harder.
Right. It's like nearly frame perfect, I think, right?
Yeah, against really good air dodges, you have a 2-frame window. Against Ike, you have a 4-frame window, so it's not quite as bad. But yeah, like Raven King has started doing it, and it works really consistently for him. Yez does it, but I don't think he does the true version. He just goes for it when he thinks he can get it. But it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah. I'll have to start integrating it. You said it's 4-frame window on Ike?
Yeah. Because you'll either catch his jump, or Ike has a frame 4 air dodge, which is very bad. So I guess it's more like a 5-frame window for... Yeah, it's a 2-frame window for frame 2 air dodges, which would make it a 4-frame window for Ike, I think. It's like 4 or 5. It's more generous.
Okay.
Either way, you'll catch a ton of people jumping. Also, parrying down tilt's definitely our best parry punish. It's I either 100% of the time I'm either going to down tilt or grab. Fair enough. Yeah, nothing wrong with that when you have invuln.
Not a neutral dust. Nice.
Thanks. Yeah, that was just... I could cover so many options with Nair there, and I just got way more damage. You're dead. Oh, I was going to say you're dead even if that doesn't kill you, because you didn't have a jump.
Right. I do that a lot too. I get trapped with no jump off stage.
Well, the biggest thing is knowing when it happens. And you know to look out for the little white circle, right?
I don't know to look out for the little white circle. What is that?
Okay, so when you double jump, there's like a circle that appears underneath you, right?
Right.
That'll happen even if your jump doesn't really come out. It happens on frame 1. So you gotta train your eye, like you see it right here, the little white circle?
The little flash under your feet, yeah.
Yeah, so if you get hit during that, you won't have your double jump anymore. So anytime you see that circle, it means you don't have a jump anymore. The only exception is like Bayonetta, because she's dumb. But yeah, so if you get hit and you can't tell whether you had your jump, the only way to tell if the animation doesn't come out is the little white circle. So look for the little white circle.
Okay, so if I'm off stage and I'm railing on jump, I don't see the little white circle, I don't have a jump. Well, I would be jumping anyways, right? I've noticed that I didn't jump.
Yeah, but if I forward air you and you're not sure whether your jump came out or not, right? If the circle, like you should be able to see the circle. Yeah, even if you can't see the animation because it got interrupted by the forward air, you'll see the white circle. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
So that's the best way to know whether it happened or not. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's both offense and defense, obviously super important. Because knowing if your opponent has a jump is just as important as knowing if you have a jump.
Right, right.
Especially in the Ike Ditto where edge guarding is everything. Ooh, I like that down tilt a lot to cover my approach. That's the main thing you should be using down tilt for, other than parry punishes, is to cover your approach when you think someone's about to try to grab you.
Nice.
Thanks, yeah, that's broken. You already know how to do it though, so you know.
Yep.
You ever land nair, up air, up air?
No, I don't know. I don't think I ever really go for it. Let me think. What I usually go for is, yeah, it's not off of nair. It's typically off like down throw. Down throw to the platform, and then, oh, get off stage. Down throw to the platform, nair, forward air.
Yeah, I usually do down throw up air forward air. It does more damage. You could also do down throw nair up air forward air. There's a bunch of different strings you can do in that way.
Off of down throw?
Oh, you're saying you kill with down throw nair up air. Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't. I don't. But I wish I killed. I don't kill with that. No.
You can, but it's hard. So yeah, for damage, down throw up air fair is your best bet at these percents. At like 0 to 30.
That is what I do.
Yeah, it does like.
That is what I do. Down throw up air fair. Yep.
Yeah. If you time it right, you can even sneak in another up air, but that's hard. So I usually just go for down throw up air fair.
Oh, I'm screwed. Oh, I'm double screwed. You got me before I thought you were gonna get me nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ether takes 15 frames to start up, so if I haven't seen you go for it, I'm just gonna hit you.
Okay.
So you know the armor's frame 5 on the ground, but it's frame 15 in the air.
Ah.
So you used your jump, little white circle.
Right. Horrible time to use my jump too.
Yeah, could have been worse, but yeah, keep your eyes on it.
Oh, how about this? What do you... Wow, I really have to get that in my kit.
It's so good.
Holy crap.
It's just, you were at 70 and now you're dead.
Yeah, that's really good. Holy cow. Alright, cool. That's definitely a huge takeaway from this. I was gonna ask, what do you think about... So I struggle super hard with the... I don't understand how anybody thinks the Zelda matchup or the Samus matchup is in any way even.
Okay.
I get thumped by Samus and Zelda so hard.
Both are harder online, so give yourself a little bit of a break.
Okay.
So if you've been playing Elite Smash, I understand. I understand your pain. I struggle too. But that ties back to you jumping too much. When you jump, you're committed. So anyone with a projectile is going to be able to kind of shut you down. I'll play Zelda against you. I used to play Zelda, and
Okay.
I'll try to teach you some counterplay. I don't have the best side. It's been a long time since I played Zelda a lot, but I want to see how you handle it.
Okay, yeah.
But my biggest advice is put yourself in their shoes, okay? They're throwing out projectiles, but it's not necessarily because they want their projectiles to hit. Like, if the projectiles hit, that's great. What they want is to get you to jump. They're trying to condition you to jump so they can anti-air you. Or as Zelda, they're often trying to get a grab instead. So that means that it's up to you to not let their plan work. And to do that, you have to shield a lot, approach slowly, and weave in and out of their projectiles until you can find an opening. Because there are always openings. Ooh, that was really good back here. So, yeah, if you did the thing we talked about, you would have got me.
Ah, if I would have short hopped it, yeah. Good thing this is recorded, then I'll be able to go back and think about that.
Definitely. That's the idea.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
I could have killed you. Should have killed you.
Yep.
Try to get too fancy with it. Nice.
I just started integrating...
Yeah, you gotta be careful with those quick draws.
Yeah, like being so close to the stage for sure.
Yeah, it's you always like so few people properly punish that, so it's very easy to fall into the trap of feeling like you're safe when you aren't.
Right.
Only someone who knows the Ike matchup like really well is going to punish that, but at high level, that's everyone.
Right.
So if you
Right.
want to
Right.
start taking names, you got to stop making those mistakes, even if you can usually get away with it. That was good. Yeah, as soon as I air dodged, that should be your just like green light, right? Just go off
Yeah.
stage and fair.
Get
Yep.
off stage. Okay. I started integrating that. That's what I was gonna say. The ether when you get like the where you don't
Yeah,
have
yeah,
to
yeah,
like
yeah.
up the edge.
That's really good. It's not true, obviously, but it's a really good mix-up, and it'll beat most people who challenge it. And then once people are afraid of it, they're going to start air dodging, and then you start naring back onto the stage, and you catch them and get a nair out there or something. There's a lot of like cool mix-ups you can do with that. Nice.
Ah, come out.
Ooh, see, I should have up right there. I thought we just talked about it, so you weren't gonna fall for it.
Oh, lucky.
Yeah, that would have been game.
Stay in.
Never rely on ether, dude.
Yeah, I do. I do way too much too.
It's okay. It's like it kind of hurts that they gave us such a powerful tool and then said it's only gonna work like 80% of the time. It's
Right.
rough. You're hungry, by the way. That was a hungry dash attack. That was you wanted to end the game.
Yep.
And now you're dead.
Oh no. Nice, man.
Yep. Don't get hungry.
Brilliant. Okay. Yeah, that's good. I'll keep that in mind. That's a good one.
Yep. Stage control is king. Stage control is absolute king. You want to, like, it is your goal to hold me out of center. And it doesn't really matter what percent I'm at. You'll kill me eventually. Just, the main goal is not to take stocks. The main goal is to keep center.
Sure. 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 Yeah, especially with Ike, man, being so heavy, I think
Yep.
staying in the middle definitely like elongates whatever the length of.
Yeah. Well, there's more to it than that too. Hold on a second. Don't hit me.
Yeah. But,
There's also like, I mean, and I'm sure you know this on some level, but right here, like, if I'm going to dash attack you, where are you gonna go? Like,
right.
you can't force me to whiff. You have no room left to back up. I can back up, dash back in. Like, think of the stage as a resource, right? Like, the more space you have behind you, the more options you have. And the more options you
Right.
have, the more mix you have, and your opponent can't predict you as well. So when you put someone in the corner, their options are so limited that it becomes way easier to predict them and call them out. So that's part of another reason why stage control is so important. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, I think I corner myself a lot too. I don't know why, but I feel super comfortable at the edge.
I think a big part of that is the drift back ether. A lot of people don't know how to challenge it, but it is punishable. Ike can just dash attack it, so like, be careful. Okay, I don't know about that big commitment. If it hit, that'd have been great, but I feel like there's something else safer you could have done. Like just try to set up into a counter or something. Because jumping off stage like that, it's so easy to get reversal with this character. There's nothing wrong with jumping off stage, you just gotta know when. And make sure that you don't do it too much. I mean, Ike is actually an okay edge guarder these days, which is pretty great.
Right, with the fair upgrade or whatever.
Yeah, and with reverse ether as well.
Right. Yeah, you're right. Every so often, pretty regularly. No, I won't say regularly, but semi-regularly. I get oh, that was really good. Damn it.
Gotta be careful, it's always a possibility. Gotta be aware of it. So yeah, don't feel safe in the corner, there's always counterplay.
Yeah, every so often oh, dang it. I might have done something. Every so often I get reverse exploited by like, I don't know, like the Marios of the world. What the hell was that?
It was a wave bounce quick draw.
Oh, that was cool.
Yeah, it is cool. It's like a movement mix-up. Did you see the lag there turn my... I down-tilted with the stick, and the lag ate half the input, and I got a jab. With the stick.
What area are you in?
Georgia.
Okay, so we're relatively far. I'm
Yeah, it doesn't
I'm
feel
Georgia.
awful. You're where?
No, it doesn't. San Diego.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's far enough that it would. That's probably just distance.
Yeah.
So you know the trick of just up throw and see what they do, right? And then once you have like an idea of their habit, up throw can score you kills at like 90. It's really good at high percent because it doesn't send very far. So even though you can't combo, like you just immediately have pressure on them. See that?
Yeah. Walk me through it though. I know up throw and then typically I follow it up with up there. Hopefully
So
hoping to get the jump or something.
so you're gonna see this when you look back over the footage.
Mm-hmm.
I up threw you and you jumped away, held out, charge quick draw towards stage. So that time I up threw you and I double jumped fair because I knew you were gonna do it again.
Okay.
And then you did it again, and then I faired you and you died. So there are two things you can note from that. First off, that's a good way to get stocks, is to take note of your opponent's habits and punish accordingly. Right. The other note is make sure you mix up in disadvantage. Don't do the same thing twice in a row.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it's hard not to go into autopilot too. I feel like I do that a lot.
Definitely. I mean, and part of that is that we're talking during the game, but like if you want, we can have one with no notes where we just play our hearts out, and then I'll give you notes after.
Okay. Oh, you got me.
Oh, I already killed you. We'll do it next game. We still got plenty of time.
Yeah, sure.
I think you need to grab a lot more, by the way. Just as an in general note.
Yep.
I'm seeing a lot of swinging and not a lot of grabs. Ike's his grab sucks, but his grab game is amazing.
Right. Oh.
Not quite true, 10%.
Right.
Maybe with no rage.
You up throw there?
Yeah. Well, at around 60, sometimes I'll down throw because you can often double jump fair people anyway. But then anywhere past then, up throw is going to start sending too high to really put good pressure on your opponent, while fair is not. Up throw fair, or sorry, while up throw will keep them close. That said, up throw fair is actually a true combo on Ike, even at like 90.
I use it pretty regularly.
Yeah, and it'll catch jumps too, which is nice. Because jumps are frame 1, but they won't escape it, so they'll just lose their jump. You keep doing that. It's the same exact habit. Yeah. It's the exact same habit I got out of the forward air, except this time I just hit you up. Every time I hit you to that angle, you double jump away and charge quick draw. Because no one punishes you for it.
Right, that's exactly true. That's exactly true.
You need to play with people who punish you for that stuff, or you're gonna have bad habits.
Yeah. I just got added. I'm super stoked. The guys who run my tournament that I play at, they added me to their Discord, and they're all pretty good.
Nice.
So hopefully that'll.
Offline tournament or online?
It's online. Gotcha. I haven't been to an offline in over a year.
Yeah, me neither. Or almost a year now. Yeah, 10 months.
Yep. It's not.
Go!
Yeah. Should we play this one quiet?
Okay, we'll play it quiet.
All right. Let me get my focus on. All right. Let's do it. Nice.
Okay,
So,
so like literally the main thing I got you for in neutral. I mean, edge guarding, like that'll come with time. You just gotta play good Ikes a lot.
uh-huh.
Um, the main thing I got you for in neutral was F tilting my shield.
Yeah, F tilting pretty close. That's
It
right.
does, yeah. It doesn't even matter how close you are. Against 90% of the cast, F tilt is a safe poke, right? Against Ike, no. Against
Interesting.
Ike, Ike has slow out of shield, but he has amazing range.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah, Ether's scoop box is massive and will pretty much catch every single F tilt. Um, Most characters have faster out of shields, but can't hit at the range that F tilt pushes to. Does that make
Gotcha.
sense?
Yeah, totally.
So I don't generally F tilt much in neutral against Ike, just because it's not safe. F tilt's minus 17, and Ether is frame 50. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah. What
think
do you
that
know about frame data? I haven't actually asked.
not much. I mean, I understand it. I understand it, like what you're describing. I understand, but I don't necessarily have like X frame data memorized or know who's like I have a general feeling for which moves are safe and which moves aren't safe, but uh I don't have it like memorized like that.
Yeah. So the number one thing you need to know is what's safe on shield and what's not,
Mm-hmm.
and what everyone's best out of shield option is. You don't have to memorize anything though. Just go to like, have you ever been to ultimateframedata.com?
Yeah.
Yeah, just anytime you're about to play someone, it's a really good idea, and you'll eventually just start remembering this stuff. Like,
Uh-huh.
I've never played Yoshi in my life. I know his Nair is frame 3, frame 6 out of shield. Um, I know Fox's up smash is frame 10 out of shield. I just know this
Right.
stuff because every time I'm about to face one, I look it up and keep it in mind. And then I basically just compare it to what I know. And I obviously, at this point, I know Ike's by heart, but that's just because I've looked at it so much.
Right.
Uh, so that way I know what I have that is safe, what their punishes are going to be when I hit their shield, what I can do out of parry, and what Ether can punish.
Can you give me like an example? Give me an example of something that you use like regularly. If you use Fox for example, whatever he's got super fast up smash out of shield. Up
Right.
smash out of shield.
So his up smash is frame 10, but Nair is minus 5. So generally he cannot just raw up smash out of shield. However, if he parries us, he still theoretically can't, but generally we're not perfectly spacing it. So parries give you 3 extra frames of advantage, but the other benefit is they actually get you out of shield for free.
Okay.
What do you know about like how out of shield options work and stuff like that?
I don't really. Oh, finally that was good.
Okay,
Cool.
great, because there's a lot to cover, and that's awesome. So, um, well, once we're in the next game, I'll sort of get into it. I'll pick a different character and we'll explore it.
Okay. Yeah, that kind of stuff is like. I mean, I've been playing this game forever. It feels like.
Yeah,
Like
I mean,
not Ultimate, but Smash, right?
yeah,
I'm relatively old compared to I think most Smash players. Uh, that's that's kind of what I was talking about before. Did
yeah,
you see that? Intro?
yeah, for sure.
So I've been
Um,
playing since like '64, right? And
Gotcha. Yeah, for me,
I've
melee.
never learned.
Yeah, and you don't have to have it memorized, but you do need to know what's safe and what's not if you want to start, doing better and better in tournaments.
Right, exactly. Oh, damn, nice.
Yeah, you.
Nobody ever goes that far.
Yeah, I can
No.
go way out there. The first time I ever played Raven, you know who Raven King is?
Yeah.
The first time I ever
I
played
tell them
him,
every once in a while on the Discord.
nice. Yeah, the first time I ever played him, he just destroyed me doing that over and over again. And I was like, okay, I have some bad disadvantage habits I need to take care of.
Yeah. And it's
Um,
the same disadvantage of it too. It's like that double jump quick draw.
yeah, I used to do the exact same thing, and I still do it every now and then when I get lazy. Let me
Uh-huh.
go, actually, I think, yeah, let's go Pokemon Trainer. That makes sense to show this off, yeah?
Okay, cool.
So I get, like, access to a million out of shield options.
Right.
So pull up Ultimate Frame Data.
Yeah. Here, give a sec.
And again, the great thing about this is you don't have to memorize anything because this website's here. So, like,
Sure.
screw it. So you might want to open a tab for Ike and open a tab for, like, going to the different Pokemon. Get in game. I'm
Here.
not gonna actually fight you. It's just a
Okay.
payday for
Oh,
me.
oh, yeah.
So yeah, go to like Squirtle first on one tab and Ike on the other.
Okay. Squirtle.
3, 2, 1, go!
Okay, got
Okay.
Squirtle on one, Ike on the other.
Wow, Squirtle is the cutest walk in the game. Anyway, so one thing that's really important to know is you see this little animation where I'm dropping shield?
Yeah.
That animation takes 11 frames for every character in the game. So to go from shield to doing a move is the frame data of that move plus 11 frames. So if you look here, you see how Squirtle's forward tilt is frame 5? Meaning, like, if I just forward tilt like this, it comes out on frame 5. You know what frames are, right?
Right. Yeah. Frames. Yeah.
Yeah, 60
Ours
frames
is
in a
like, what,
second.
frame 11, I think, something like that.
Yeah. I think it is 11, yeah. So yeah, frame 5. Wow, he can do a lot of these fast. So if he's shielding, it takes 11 frames to get out of shield and then 5 frames to start. So that makes F-tilt frame 16 out of shield, right?
Okay.
Just basic math.
Right.
Now, things that bypass this shield drop animation, there's a few things that do it. Do you know what they are?
Up smash, jump.
Yep, up smash. So because it bypasses that, and up smash is a frame 19 move, this is a frame 19 out of shield, right?
Okay.
Now,
So jump is one. So jump out of shield is frame 1, right?
yes and no. So jumping is frame 1, but jump squat is 3 frames for every character in the game.
Ah, okay.
So it takes 3 frames to actually get off the ground.
Gotcha.
So that makes that, like, say this Nair. Squirtle's Nair is frame 4, but you have to add the jump squat, so it's frame 7 out of shield.
Okay.
And that means if you low space in Nair, like you space it perfectly on my shield, I shouldn't be able to hit you. Oops, that was not a Nair. My bad. I don't Nair out of shield much.
Ah.
Hold on. Okay.
If I wouldn't miss it.
It's all right. I'm struggling to Nair out of shield because Ike just never does that. And then I played Joker, who also never does that. So, all right, here you go.
Okay.
So yeah, so hold on, Nair my shield, and then you need to hold shield after is the idea. Okay.
Okay. Nair your shield.
See that?
Oh, there. Yeah.
I cannot Nair you out of shield. None of Squirtle's aerials are gonna be fast enough to Nair you out of shield. However, he also shouldn't be able to grab you. However, okay, so this is where it gets a little complicated. For grabs, you know how grabs are like frame 6, right? Like Squirtle's, well, not all of them. Yours is frame 7, Squirtle's is frame 6. So in theory, if something is, -7 on shield, I should be able to grab it, right?
Okay.
However, in this game, when something hits your shield, it adds 4 extra frames, like where you get like stunned in shield. Yeah, it's not the same thing as shield stun really, but you get stuck in shield, and so grab will actually come out on frame 10 for Squirtle. So he actually can't grab out of shield things that are any better than -10 on shield. Does that make sense? So your Nair shouldn't ever get grabbed out of shield by any character in the game unless you spaced it badly.
Okay.
And that means spaced it to hit Squirtle's shield as low to the ground as possible.
Low
right?
to the ground. If I hit it, how about this? If I hit it low to the ground and tight, without like poorly, or low to the ground but poorly spaced,
he still can't grab you.
They still can't grab you.
Yeah, so obviously, like, as an Ike main, you try to space as far away from your opponent with your Nairs as possible while still hitting them, right? That's one word for spacing. The other form of spacing is spacing low to the ground. So yeah, it's a lot easier on short characters because their shields are really low. But you want to try to hit with your Nair on the same frame that you hit the ground, and then people can't grab you. That being said, the option you do after your Nair takes time, right? So if you try to landing Nair down tilt, your down tilt takes 7 frames to come out. That's 12 frames. Squirtle can grab you during that, right?
Sure.
Your jump squat's 3 frames. So, like, let's say you don't space your Nair perfectly, and suddenly, the Nair you space, you got a little lazy, and it's -8 on shield instead of -5, right?
Uh-huh.
If that happens, and then you try to jump, Your jump squat's 3 frames. Squirtle's grabs frame 10. That's 11 frames total. He's grabbing you.
Yeah.
So that's why it's so important to space as low to the ground as possible. Does that make sense?
Gotcha. Yeah, totally.
That being said, there is a mix-up of spacing differently to try to bait people who are trying to parry you and things like that.
Right.
Or yeah, you can like wait to try to catch people dropping out of shield. There's always cross-ups where you try to nair behind them so that they can't even grab you and you bait them that way. There's all sorts of different little mind games about that.
Right. Every once in a while, I won't fast fall in there.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's good. That's fundies.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you'll see it here. Like you try to grab my nair here, okay?
Okay.
I didn't do a thing after. Hold on. Try to grab. I do not know how to play Squirtle. Holy crap. All right. See?
There you go.
I can spot dodge it. Now spot dodge is like a frame 2 option, so again, you gotta account for that as well.
Is that universal?
No, it's not. They're between like 2 and 4 frames. Same as air dodges. So yeah, like I'll try to fair you, and again, fair is super safe, so I can't quite dash back apparently. But I can spot dodge. Like that's me trying to dash back, so you're still catching my dash back because you're catching the startup of my dash. But I should be able to spot dodge. See?
Yeah.
Now, Ivysaur. So Squirtle's best out of shield is I think Nair. So yeah, frame 7, which is very good, all things considered. Ike's best out of shield, technically back air, frame 10, right? But like, look how high back air hits.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so you're not gonna hit Squirtle. So that's when you start using Ether, right? So up B is Ether.
Right.
Up B out of shield.
Can you reverse it? Out of shield, you can't, can you?
Yeah, you can.
Why do I keep rolling? Oh, there you go.
So you know this shield drop? You can up B at any point during that and it'll cancel it. So I usually just like let go of the shield button so I don't accidentally roll. And then up B and angle it. Right. So you know, if you time it right, it's still frame 15. But it's a lot less risky because you don't want to roll by accident. So for Ike, it's frame 15 out of shield, right? So if you look at Squirtle's frame data, like none of his aerials, you cannot up B out of shield any of his aerials. They are all safe, right?
Okay.
If I dash attack, that's minus 16. You can get that. Other than that, what, like jab 3 you can Aether. So like nothing I can do.
Okay.
But like F tilt, completely safe. Like watch. Here, Ether it.
I went the wrong way.
It's alright, it's alright.
Let me get my.
Alright, it's alright. We'll start over anyway. So yeah. So you're getting the idea of that, but then there's a whole nother thing to factor in, which we'll do one more little game here to explain it. Sorry, I know that I don't know if this in the weed stuff is what you wanted out of coaching session, but I do think it's very important.
This is perfect. This is good stuff. This is stuff that like if I want to advance my game, I need to start learning.
Yeah, and again, you don't need to memorize anything. You just need to understand the systems and how they work.
Generally,
sorry, yeah.
Yeah, generally, I think so. Memorizing the universal things would be worth it, right? So, like, the jump squat is what, 2 frames? You said
3 frames, and yeah, that stuff is definitely worth memorizing.
And then shield drop is what?
11 frames.
Okay, that's the stuff that I think.
Yeah, and shield grabs. Shield grabs when you get hit. Okay, so if I'm not getting hit, this shield grab is 6 frames, just like a normal grab. But if I get hit, it's frame 10 because it adds those 4 frames, right?
Right.
So that can help. That's really important to know as well. Okay, so like I'm gonna F tilt your shield. You Ether me.
Okay.
Can't be done, right?
Oh, okay.
Now, let's say I'm spamming F tilt on your shield. I mean, I'm sure you know this just from having played Ike, but I'm gonna spam F tilt on your shield. You Ether me.
It would come out. Alright, ready?
Oh. Not what I meant to do. Okay.
Alright, ready?
Oh my god. I don't know how to spam F tilt. That's so weird. Okay.
I can get it.
Yeah, you have to do it right in between moves. I'm trying to show you that the armor is 10 frames earlier than the actual move itself.
Okay.
The armor comes out on frame 5. So that means that this move, which is -6 on shield, if I decide to try to hit you again, you're going to catch it with the armor. See?
Like that.
Yep. So that's where Ether is useful. It's when people are
Wait.
trying to mash on your shield. So people will
Real
do
quick.
yeah?
Let me make sure I'm understanding. So the armor comes out. The armor doesn't come out while I'm still in shield, right? So the shield goes away. Then you have what, 5 frames to hit me,
Yes.
and then I have armor.
The armor is on frame 5, so I have 4 frames to hit you.
4 frames to hit me, and then 1 frame. Okay.
Yeah. So anything that's so if a thing is -6 and I'm trying to do it over and over, you're gonna catch me. Or if I'm trying to like hit you with something, a lot of people will do like go ahead and shield. They'll do like nair into jab jab jab, especially like fox mains and stuff.
Fox. Yeah.
That's because it's like a -2 move into a frame 2 move, right?
Okay.
Or a frame 3 move or something. And so there's only 5 frames in between. So if you don't have a good out of shield option, you can't do anything about it. Ike
Right.
has the armor out of shield, so he can kind of do something about it. It is a big commitment though, so that's where the mix-up of Ether comes from. You want to
Gotcha.
threaten people with the idea of the armor without hard committing to it too much.
Right. Yeah, that's something that I do, right? Like I said,
Yeah, you do it, but you maybe don't understand why. Like,
right.
yeah.
Yep.
So it's good to understand. So yeah, Squirtle also has up B out of shield, but his is just frame 9. So it's much faster than Ether, but it doesn't have armor or anything. And it doesn't really kill either.
No.
But then going to another character, Ivy has up smash out of shield, which is not fast. Oops, shit, just dropped my brand new controller.
Oh no.
Ivy has up smash out of shield, which is frame like a billion, 26. So not a good out of shield option. His best is probably going to be nair, which is frame 7 and huge.
Right.
So this is a pretty good out of shield option. He also has like fair, which is slow but good range, and back air, which is gonna be frame 10 out of shield. So not bad at all.
Okay.
And then other than that, like he can up the out of shield, but you know, doesn't really hit much.
Right.
Another thing he can do is like jump razor leaf out of shield, but that's
Right.
kind of goofy. His side B is like frame 24, so he'll do that retreating most of the time.
It combos pretty well too, I feel like.
Yeah, razor leaf is a really good move.
It's a good projection.
And now to go to one of the best out of shield games in the game, Charizard.
So I get hit by that pretty regularly.
Yeah, and the reason for that is because it's frame 6. So if you're not spacing your nair completely perfectly, this is a true punish on your nair on his shield, right? So that's why Charizard can be such a huge struggle for people like learning Ike and trying to get better. Is he does not play by the same rules as a lot of other characters. Same with like Bowser. Bowser has a frame 6 out of shield. There's a few characters with out of shields that good. Characters like ZSS have like a frame 4 out of shield. I think the fastest out of shield in the game is... I think someone has a... I think it's like... Well, yeah, but Martha and Lucina have like invulnerability on frame 1.
Right.
You said it's got to be who?
I was thinking Fox. Fox has a super fast up smash out of shield.
Yeah, he has a really good up smash out of shield, but Charizard's is actually 4 frames faster.
That's nuts.
Yeah, Charizard's nuts. In that way. I mean, there's some great weaknesses to this character, but yeah. Actually, hold on. Fox's up smash is frame 8, so it's still really, really fast.
Oh.
But Charizard's is frame 6.
Nuts.
Yeah. Not only that, he also has Fly, which is frame 9 and kills even earlier than up smash. So this character is nuts out of shield. He also has Nair, which is frame 11 out of shield, massive and causes disgusting tech chases.
Yeah.
So yeah, Charizard is the don't touch my shield character. However, Ike can cheat at this by having more range. Like Charizard's up smash out of shield does not hit max range.
If I'm over here.
Yeah.
I hit that. Yeah.
Yeah, like do it. Okay, first off, that was a perfectly spaced nair because I couldn't true punish it. Like it was perfectly spaced low to the ground, but it was too close.
It was too close, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, out here.
Sorry, it's so hard to do things when you're just like doing them theoretically. Yeah, but you see that, right?
There you go. Yeah, we're at
Now,
this.
another thing you need to keep in mind for matchups like this is staleness. Do you know what staleness is?
Right. There's like a list of 11 or so moves, right? That
Yeah,
exist.
but you don't need to know all that. Just know that the more you use something, the weaker it gets. As a consequence of that, things actually get less safe on shield. So Ike Nair goes from -5 to -6 pretty quickly
Okay.
because we're using it so
Yeah.
much.
Because you use it all the time, right?
Yeah, so once it's -6, you can no longer space against Charizard without doing it at a distance. Okay?
Got you. Got you.
So yeah, so do it a few times. Like on my, you gotta. It only gets stale if you hit them or hit their shield.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep. You see that? True punish.
Uh.
Because it's stale now, you get hit.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's kind of the basics of how frame data works in regards to stuff like that. That's pretty, like you could go your whole Smash career only knowing that about frame data, everything I just told you, and be totally fine. Everything else is just like, you can go by feel, is this going to be fast enough? Well, it feels like it will be, you can do that on instinct. But knowing about how out of shield games work, I think is vital.
It's
And
critical.
yeah. And a lot of people don't learn the actual data or anything, and I think they should, but some people get by without learning it, but nobody gets by without learning what's safe and what's not.
Got you. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like they may not know Charizard's up smash is frame 6 and Ike is -5, but they do know I can't up smash Ike's Nair. You got to know at least that.
That's the stuff to keep in mind, like going into a tournament or something.
Definitely.
To be looking that stuff up or to know that stuff. Okay.
Yeah. So if they're like, okay, so you want to know all the universal stuff, right? You want to know jump squat, you want to know grab out of shield, you want to know all that. Now the only thing that you need to look up before you play an opponent is what is their fastest out of shield option, how quick is their grab so that you know what you can do in front of them, and then what is their best shield pressure. Because once you learn what their shield pressure is, you learn what you can up be out of shield. Like a character like, DDD or something is not going to have a lot of safe shield pressure on Ike. Pretty much everything's going to be etherable. But a character like Lucas has like 4 aerials that we can't ether. So we got to find another way to light him up.
Dude, I can see that being huge for me. Now that I think about it, like, there's a lot of times that I get punished just sitting in shield because I don't really know what to do.
Yep. It's very important to know.
Exactly like an issue playing against him.
Yep. Hold on. I said I'd give you one game with the Zelda, so we'll see how that goes.
All right,
So since playing off of the conversation we just had, Zelda has an amazing out of shield game.
Okay.
If you space a Nair on her shield, she has her fair, which is like frame 6, which, if you screw up your spacing at all, it'll just kill you instantly, basically. Like, that thing kills like 40. She also has up B out of shield, which I think is also frame 6, which means that you can almost never unspace Nair on her shield.
Okay.
But the biggest thing is Zelda's going to sit here in the corner, do Phantom, and try to get you to jump over it so that she can anti-air you, right? That's like her whole plan. So one thing that you can do is wait for Phantom. Don't go in until that happens, until the Phantom goes, and then start working your way forward. Because if I'm in this range and I start a Phantom, you can do nothing about this, right? There's no safe option because I can like do it early to hit overhead swipes, right?
Right.
I can wait to catch you like trying to be patient and running in, or I can do it super early and then fair you. I can choose not to release it at all and then go up air, right? There's a lot of options. So just stop trying. Stop trying to jump in on Phantom when you're at this range.
So
what you want to do is work your way up. And if I start a Phantom right here, I am locked in this for like 40 frames. So that's when you want to jump over. You want to catch me in the startup. Put pressure on. Try to get to this range. And then once you're at this range, you can play neutral against Zelda.
Got you. Yeah. What you're describing is exactly what I do. Like, my tendency is to like jump the Phantom and then I get hit for it, or just general not being patient.
Yeah, that's what she wants. So other threat, like being aware of your opponent's threat range is the biggest thing to know about. So for Zelda, when I'm standing right here, my threat range is here,
Mm-hmm.
and then up here. That's pretty much
Right.
it. And then I could like jump out and nair, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my threat bubble is going to be about like to the first ring of this, right? So if
Sure.
you play just outside, like you look on the ground, you see this blue ring.
Yeah.
Like there we go. See, that's pretty much it. So if you play at that range just outside of this ring and try to get me to hard commit to something, you can almost always punish. Like
Okay.
I'm gonna start
Yeah.
a phantom, and I'm gonna try to stop you from getting in on me. Okay?
How do you want me to try and get in?
You can jump in at this range. At this range,
Okay.
if you see the phantom start, you can jump over it and hit me. So you often want to double jump to try to bait her into releasing it early.
Okay.
Yeah,
That was- Oh, but yeah.
that's the
I could
right
get-
idea. So yeah, and then another thing is you got to be hella careful in this matchup. She will destroy you in disadvantage, just destroy you. Like you are not making it back if she guesses right once. So be really careful. All right, we'll play it out. Again, though, keep in mind my Zelda's crusty.
No worries. Okay, cool. Cool.
You really don't want to whiff against Zelda. A lot of characters you want to control zones by whiffing in front of them, basically, and trying to like dare them to approach. Zelda's not like that. She's never going to take that bait. She is waiting for you to whiff so she can punish.
Right. Oh, you know what? Something I can ask about real quick. What's the deal with teleport recoveries? Are teleport recoveries supposed to be somehow easier to hit? I feel
They're not
that.
easy at all, but they do have 2 extra frames of vulnerability. Do you know how 2 frames work?
Yeah.
So they have a 4 frame instead of a 2 frame. At the
Gotcha.
same time, though, they're still kind of hard. I eruption Palu's recovery on reaction, not online. Online it's really hard, but offline I do that pretty regularly. But most teleports are going to be too quick to generally react to, so I usually opt to ledge trap instead of trying to edge guard like that.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, once you like are in her space threatening, that's when you can put on real pressure to her. You don't want to get close enough that she can fair you, but you want to stay at outside of the range of her phantom, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're destroying my crusty Zelda, which is good.
No.
I would kind of be worried if you couldn't.
Right. Finally, good. I'll at least get one game, right?
We'll see. It's not over yet.
Yeah, that's true. I shouldn't talk too early. But yeah, man, I appreciate the lesson. It's super nice to talk to somebody else who regularly plays Ike. Nobody in my Smash world is an Ike main, so I
Yeah.
don't get like Ike chatter.
Well, you can always hang around my Discord. There's tons of Ikes in there. There's also just like there's an Ike Discord if you're not in there.
Yeah, I'm in there. There's some great people in there too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm in Izaw's student one too, which is pretty good. There's
Nice.
some really good things in there.
Anytime you Ether, Zelda's gonna kill you.
Yeah.
One thing to keep in mind with Zelda is she cannot pressure your shield. She has 0 frame safety, so she's always going to be on the defensive. Nice catch. You're doing a really good job of ledge trapping, which is what you need to do against Zelda.
Okay.
Which is just not letting me off the ledge. Be careful. This is Zelda.
Yeah, exactly.
She wants you to be impatient. She wants you to be fishing for kill options.
Yeah, and we're at that percent, right? That
Yep.
percent where I start the fish.
Nice. There we go. You didn't take the bait. You played it safe. F tilt's a really good option against Zelda because it'll beat her starting charge of Phantom. And she can't really punish it at a shield at max spacing, which is nice. But you have to space it.
Yeah. Cool, man.
All right. Yeah, that's our hour.
I really appreciate it, man.
No problem.
I'll have to, because I think I want to do a couple more if you're down.
For sure, man. Again, we can be on stream next time. The only reason this one wasn't is because it was just scheduled kind of late for me.
Yeah, that's fair.
Do you have days where, like, I'm trying to do Thursday for on stream sessions. So if you have any interest in doing that, Thursdays like 2 to 6 or 7 is generally when I'm going to be trying to do those. But if you don't care about being on stream, or you feel
It doesn't matter.
self-conscious, a lot of people do, then we can
No,
schedule it
not
for
at all.
pretty much any time.
Yeah, I can do Thursdays. That works.
Okay, can you do them earlier than this? Because I'm East
Yeah.
Coast.
Yeah, no worries. What time did you say again?
I think I have one scheduled. Let me check my calendar. Yeah, okay. I have one 4 to 5. Could you do like 5:10?
Yeah, this is EST or PST?
This would be EST, so for you it would be like 8:10. No, other way around. It would be
Yep.
2:10.
No, that's too early.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could you do an hour after that?
And we're talking the 4th, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the 4th at what time?
6:10, 6:15.
6:10.
So that would be 3:10, 3:15 for you. How
Yeah.
how early can you do it? Just tell me that.
So 4 would be ideal, but I can probably make 3 work.
Okay. Well, let me know ahead of time if 3 is too early for you. And I can push back. But
No, we could pencil it in. That works for me. So I got solo practice on the 4th of February at 3 p.m.
yep, sounds good.
Cool. And I'll Venmo you. I might Venmo you for like a couple, so that I don't have to do it every time.
Gotcha. I put you down for 3:15 because I have one from 2 to 3. So
Okay.
that'll give you a little extra time, I guess.
3:15. Perfect. Cool, man.
All right, thank you. Hope this was useful to you.
No, it was brilliant. I appreciate it.
Great.
Thanks, man.
Oh, a couple more things. I'm gonna get you the recording later tonight. It is now